Hello everyone, I'm the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. Wait, why isn't that switched over? Go. Didn't switch over. What the heck? Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. Hope you had hope for those who had a long weekend, you had a wonderful long weekend. Mine was good. I got some things finished. Unfortunately, I had multiple things break at the same time. Hello Hacks, hello Jimmy. Yeah, for those who watch my regular channel, you might have noticed there was no video yesterday. There's not going to be any videos for the remainder of the week, actually, because the editing computer is broken. I don't really know what the issue is yet. I have a suspicion that maybe one of the RAM sticks might have gone bad. And I say that because I tried looking it up on Google, and that matches the symptoms the best, and it also matches the circumstances when it went bad. So I'm hoping tomorrow, tomorrow I'm planning to bring it over to Micro Center, and again, oh, look at all the people! Look at all the people showing up. Nice to see you all. Yeah, I'm planning to bring it over to Micro Center and have them just kind of take a look at it, because just trying to like reseat the RAM didn't solve the problem. But so that's broken, and then also I tried upgrading my 3D printer, and it is also broken. It's currently at the shop. They're trying to fix it. So yeah, real fun weekend for me for electronics, but the rest of it was fine. So tonight we are going to be trying to catch up a little bit on animation. For those who are not familiar, every year, Blackfoot, friend of the channel Blackfoot, will do a thing in the month of May called animation, and during that they provide prompts for the whole month. And last year I did it. It was a lot of fun. This year at the beginning of the month I was kind of in a bad spot, and I had to kind of give up. Like, I made a couple, and I'll show you all the ones I made. But I made a couple, but I just couldn't keep up with it. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to back out. I'm not going to do it this year. Well, from what I heard, the only person here who's managed to keep up with it is Kenjamin. Kenjamin is the only champion right now doing the animation. Everybody else has had too much difficulty. And so I felt sort of bad about that, since I know I should be contributing. So tonight we're going to try to finish up, or at least do one of the two remaining weekly animations. So let me switch over to my desktop one. All right, that's the wrong screen. Hang on. That's the wrong screen. You can see forever. Oh my gosh. Welcome. There we go. You just have tons of free time. Well, you are exemplary at your work, so. Why is that? Hang on. Why is that like that? It's cut off partly. Hang on. This is not right. This is not right. This is not right. That is the wrong thing. Hang on. Undo that. Undo that. Okay. I need to. Desktop. It's too big. Why is the desktop huge? That doesn't make sense. Make it smaller. Why is it huge? It's very strange. Still shrinking. Fitting things in here. Okay. No, not that. I need this. Man, I wish I could zoom out and see the rest of it. Y'all can't see what I'm doing right now, but basically I'm trying to get the desktop fit. Well, you can see most of it. That's fine. Okay, so this is my drawing space, but let me show you the animations that I've already done. First, I'll start by showing you the setup. So in the Blacking Crew, we've got get out of here. We've got the prompt list and the explanation. So this is what Black put together. And you can see it's a list of one-word little prompts, and you can do whatever you want with it. The intent is to spend only about an hour on each one. I would typically spend a little bit longer, just because I always wanted them to be like, I always wanted everything I made to have like some sort of little story or arc or something like that. I don't always succeed at it, but that was the idea. So this is I did as far as I think dramatic when I first started, and then I ran out of juice. But fortunately, Black also put together this, which is like the condensed version. So you bouncy, shaggy, relieved, towering, and triumphant. I have thus far done bouncy, shaggy, and relieved. And so we're going to try and do towering tonight. And then triumphant if we can get to it, but maybe just towering. So let me show you the ones I've already done. Let me also put on some desktop music so you can hear things. All right, I'm going to turn this on. If the music is too overpowering, or if you can't hear it at all, let me know. Let me bring up the ones I've done. Pictures. This one, animation. All right, so here's one. So these are the ones I've done. This was bounce. This was tasty. This was gleaming. And this was dramatic. And then since then I have made shaggy. Boop, 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 womp. I'm really a fan. And this is my favorite one, is relieved. I really like relieved. It's the face at the end, I think. That's my favorite one. Anyway, so we're going to try and do towering tonight, and maybe triumphant if we can get to it. I have an idea for what I'm going to do for towering, but triumphant, I don't really have any ideas, so we might have to just brainstorm if it comes to that. Anyway, let us get started. Now. Once again, I almost did not stream because I was not feeling like it earlier. I don't know what it is about Tuesdays. For some reason, when I'm thinking about streaming on Tuesdays, I'm just like a grump, and I don't want to do it. But I always feel better when I do it, so it's like there's no reason not to. Just usually around like 5 o'clock, I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I want to be lazy. Buh. That's usually how it goes. I go, buh. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. So, start by saving the file. Save as. This is week 3 or week 4. Week 4. Alright, so okay. Get a color going. I already got the pencil going. We're good. So how y'all doing tonight? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody having a day? Again, hopefully your day was better than mine. Not that mine was particularly bad, but you know. Let's see. So how do I want to do this? The idea I want to go for is... Oh, streamboo.com! Nice! Get out of here. Freaking streamboo.com. I love the fact that it used to be best viewers, and now it's just AI viewers. They're not even hiding the fact that now it is just AI. Alright, so this is my little thing I want to use is my little creatures. That's my little creature, and then the other character is going to be like a carrot, kind of. It looks like that. So let me give myself some space here. I'll lock with that. All right, so this is something I learned recently. From watching like an animation tutorial about Clip Studio, is this thing called like 2s and 3s, I don't know how common it is, but this is how they described it. They said when they're animating, you can decide if you want if you want like faster animation, you make a move, like a solid move every second one. Whereas if you want like slightly slower or smoother animation, you do like every third one, I think is what their answer was. And so I've been trying to do that recently, making things on 2s and 3s. So, all right. This is a game I'd like to play again at some point. FF12. I haven't played it in a long time. So that, I think that's pretty straightforward. Up. Hang on. Make that a little bit slower. What else has been going on for me? I've started playing Final Fantasy 3/6 for the Super Nintendo again recently. I've really been enjoying myself. You know, it's definitely one of those things where you kind of like, you're like, am I going to like this as much now as I did when I was younger? And answer is yes. I am still very much enjoying it, which is a nice thing. I'm very excited about that because you never know. You never know if you're going to like it as much as you did when you were like younger. And then you find out it's like, oh yeah, no, it's still fun. Wow. So that's exciting. And the reason I wanted to start playing it again was that I think I may have told y'all about this, but the save data on my cartridge got corrupted, so I did not actually have a completed save of it. So yeah, that's that. And then it's been good so far. You know, it's just a nice thing to find out that like you still enjoy something that you liked as a kid. All right, let's see. I also found out you can do this recently, which is very nice. Animation, label. Oh god, manage timeline. There's something you can do. Rename in timeline order. There you go. Yeah, like I always had a problem where I would have like the numbers would go crazy because I'd be adding in frames here and there, but that really helps out a lot. So yeah. Alright, so now we gotta do the in-betweens. Though. I'm trying to think of what else has been going on. They've been having a tremendous amount of rain recently, which I'm very excited about. Because I'm a big fan of rain. I always really enjoy it. It's nice. It's comforting. It's comforting and it's good for the... Oh, speaking of plants! I was going to say it's good for the plants. Speaking of plants, I am very happy to say that the I can't remember who suggested it. Someone here suggested pruning back my the plant that I was having so many. Wait, is this off? Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is off. Someone suggested pruning the plant that was not doing so well. Good news, that was the right decision. It is doing beautifully now. So to whoever that was, thank you. I appreciate it. It was the right decision, and I'm very happy that my plant is doing well again. Because I was upset. I was upset that my plant was not doing well. It's very sad. Noise, like a message or something. Was it Ham's advice? I can't remember whose advice it was. It was either, I think it was either Ham or Cyber. But either way, thank you to that person. I'm very happy that the plant is doing better. Because I was very upset. And it just needed to be pruned back a bit. And there you go. So, listen to your audience. They know more than you do. It's a little tip for everybody out there. It's also possible that the reason they're doing better is because there has been so much rain, I suppose. But I'd like to believe it's because my audience knows things about plants. That's what I'm choosing to believe. Is this because y'all know what you're talking about. But that has been very nice. I'm very excited that it's doing better, and yeah, it's just a good thing. It's a good thing to have your plants doing well. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel more secure about being in charge of something's life when it's not dying. I was also thinking tonight, if we finish up the animation and I decide I don't actually want to do another one, I might just do some sketching. That's something that's been kind of eluding me recently, is people out there who are also like artsy. This is from, hey Zyber, this is from Samurai Legend Musashi. It is the soundtrack for when you're trying to get into the second area. So like the if anybody remembers from when I did Samurai Legend Musashi, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. I want to give him a little bit of bounce, I think. Okay, so we're gonna like make him kind of bop up and down. Ooh. Yeah, like there's the like the second world you're trying to find, which mystic is it? Is it the water mystic? You're trying to find one of the maidens, and you go down into like a this mining area, and that is the soundtrack for it. Let's see. Yeah, he looks a little bit better with a little bit of bop. Boink, boink, boink. Maybe I can also squish him down at the bottom. Let's see. Well, I'll wait. And yes, hello, Cyber. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm not playing Mega Man. I just really didn't feel like it. You know, some nights you just like, I don't want to play a video game. I want to do something else. And so we're doing this. Plus, I mean, I needed to get this done because this is the last week for this, so I want to try and get as many of them done as I can. To catch up with Kenj. Freaking Kenj over here. Doing too amazing. Extraordinary sprite work. I'm going to show off some of your sprite work, Kenj. Deal with it, bud. Look at this stuff. Look at how good it is. Look at this. Look at this guy getting upset. There's even a follow-up in relieved. Look, do the same thing. He's just like dramatic, and then it switches, and now he's relieved. Dramatic, relieved. Oh, I didn't even notice that he farted. I didn't even notice that he was farting. That's so funny. I was so distracted by the fact that it says relieved that I didn't even notice the idea that he's upset because he needs to fart. It's really funny. We got some tribbles. So cool. Kenj, does your little like character have a name, or is that just character? Like it's just your character? Wait, a blaze. This one's new. I haven't seen this one yet. Look at the little wizard guy. Oh, that's so cool. Ruthless? What? Oh. Ah! Got it. Babe Ruth. We are ruthless. Oh my gosh, these are great jokes. I love them. I love them. Anyway, yeah, so Kenj is amazing. Watch Kenj's streams. So I believe you stream sometimes when you do these animations, right, Kenj? Go ahead and plug. When do you do them? Alright, let's see. Hey, Darkman. Welcome. 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 Always makes me think of that voice from, actually, I wonder if I can get that voice. I would love to have that voice if I can get it. Hang on, we're gonna try something. Alright, we're gonna do something. Hang on. Art and music. I only found out about this recently. For other people like myself who are looking for, like, internet's giving you guff. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. For anybody out there who like me wants to find like assets for like sound assets, because I go here all the time for sprites, but I didn't even know you could do this. You just go to like sounds resource and search for sounds. Look at that, freaking amazing. All right, so we're gonna do this. No, not that. Not that. Over here. So I'm looking at games. Snowboard kids. Oh no! Snowbo kids? Maybe they have Snowbo kids? Snowbo kids? Ah, they don't have it. Boo. Oh well. There's an audio clip in Snowboard Kids 1. Anytime you enter the well, hang on, I got one other place I can check. Just go kick the router. Hitting electronics works. Surprisingly often it does. What do they call that? Concussive maintenance? Something like percussive maintenance? Something like that? I got one other place we can check. Is this website called KH Insider? They might have it. Let me see. Snowboard kids. Okay, they got this. Maybe they have it. Does it have the welcome? Let me pause this for a second. No, they don't have it. Ah, boo. They get ready, go. That's not helpful. Maybe let's see. There's a soundtrack. Do you have a? Oh wait, is this this is Snowboard Kids 2? Is this Snowboard Kids 2? Snowboard Kids 1. Hang on. This is very exciting, I'm sure. Board shop. No, they don't have it. Recently discovered bfxr.net for generating sound effects. That's interesting. Well, foot. I wanted to show that off. But yeah, basically there's this little audio clip of Mr. Dog, who is the shopkeeper in that game. See, he just goes like, "Welcome." There's something funny about it. It's just really stuck with me in my head for many years. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gundam Wing music. Wasn't somebody telling me the other day that they're gonna make another Gundam Wing? I find that, like, extraordinary. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be, like, the same story or, like, a continuation or, like, what it's gonna be. But I liked Gundam Wing. It's been a long time since I saw it, though. Let's see. Alright, I want to stretch this a little bit. Well, I'll do it later. Do some stretching later. Basically doing this in one animation set. Normally I would have like multiple layers to do sketching and stuff, but this one I'm just sort of like, nah, I just want to get started. I love the music from this. This is more Samurai Legend Musashi music. Did I tell you how surprised I was when I realized that the reason that Samurai Legend, like Musashi himself, sounds so goofy in that game is because it's supposed to be the same Musashi from the first game. Like, if you go back and listen to the voice of the character from the first game, he kind of sounds kind of stupid like this. He's got kind of a dumb voice, because that game was supposed to be more comedic. But for the remake, even though it's got, I don't want to call it a serious tone, but a more serious tone, they just gave him the same dumb voice, and that's why it, like, stands out as being really strange the whole time. But yeah, that's why the main character's voice sounds so bizarre in that game. It's because it's a reference. A little bit of stretch. Push this back one. The music is just so nice in this game. Like, it really has this, like, awesome ephemeral or, like, ethereal sort of feel to it, which I like a lot. Another song I really like. This is from the game Robotrek. Which is a game I would love to play for y'all at some point, because I do like that one too. Yeah, it's smooth and futuristic. It's nice. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Oh, you've played Robotrek. Yes, you should finish it. It's a wonderful game. Well, It's a wonderful game. It's a fun game. It's like interesting and goofy. The original name of it was Slapstick, and that definitely tracks based on what you see in the game. No, this is Parasite Eve. This is the standard battle song from Parasite Eve. But it's very good. Actually, it may have been composed by the same artist. I know Parasite Eve was done by Yoko Shimomura, who also did music for Legend of Mana. I don't know if she did similarly to Musashi, but it's good. You know, they're good. They're good soundtracks. Like a what do they call the thing, a blackjack? I never really understood what it was. You saw them a lot in like old like Looney Tunes cartoons in the hands of like gangsters, but I never really knew what it was supposed to be. It just kind of looked like this like floppy black object that they would hit people with. I'm not really sure what it was supposed to be, but that's what it always looked like. It was just kind of like this floppy thing that they would take out, and they're like, we gotta shut you up, and they'd like slap it against their hand. And then Bugs Bunny would like put on a dress or something, you know, how he did. Just randomly cross-dressing or whatever. He did that a lot, actually. Wait, what happened there? Why'd you... What? Why is it? Why do you move? Why'd you move? Why do you move? Hang on. Okay, lands there. Stretches out. And he moves. Why do you move? You shouldn't move. Go back to where you're supposed to be. Deselect. No. Did everybody move? Hang on. Did you move too? You also moved. Why'd they move? Look, they're up. Okay. I got all misaligned for some reason. What you doing up there, man? Get back down there. Dumpy, bump. I'm probably gonna put in a sound effect of bump right there because I keep saying it. Like clearly that's the impression I have of that moment is bump. I wish I was better at animation. I know the only way you get better is by doing it, but like... there's some people who are so good at animation. I recently realized that I think probably part of the reason that I have like difficulty is that I try to make movements like too smooth, and because like I was watching one of my friends' animation the other day, and I realized that like they had much more like bombastic and exaggerated motions than I usually would do. So blackjack or a sap is a soft billy club used a bit like brass knuckles to add weight to a strike. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Cyber. I did not know. But yeah, like I was thinking about like, or like you look at like Blex animation. Blex animations always have like these really like zippy motions to them. Like a character will be like, their arm will be over here and then they'll just go like whoosh, and they'll be over here in like a few frames. That looks like a really derpy smiley face. What if that was just one frame? What if there's just one frame where this thing shows up? No, we're not going to do that, but it is very funny. I was trying to draw a Quagsire from memory, the Pokemon Quagsire. That was my first thought when I saw that derpy face. It's like, oh, it's a Quagsire. But yeah, like I think maybe because I try and do smooth motions too much, it actually makes my animation look worse, and it creates the kind of how do I put this? The uncomfortable sitting situation I have. Like one thing that I've noticed about a lot of my animations, and part of the reason why I do a lot of these I do these sketchy animations where it kind of like overlaps a little bit, is because I want to, like, I feel like if I have a character stop without any sort of like easing, it's gonna be like really obvious and it looks bad to me. It looks incomplete in my mind. But a lot of Blex animations, for example, have characters that, you know, they stop. And I think maybe it's because the motions are so like strong and exaggerated that when they stop, it fits somehow. I don't think I'm explaining it very well, but it's something I've taken note of recently, and so I've been trying to make my characters like motions a little bit more exaggerated. All right. We'll be busy caulking. Okay. Glad to hear it, Hobby. Glad to hear you're here. And I hope that caulking is going well. Caulking. You ever do that? Like whenever you see that word caulking or caulk, you're like, I gotta make it clear that I'm not just saying cock. I know it's pronounced like caulk, but I gotta make it clear that I'm not just saying cock. So you put like the L sound is like caulk, caulk. I'm caulking right now. I gotta make it clear. Oh, I over enunciate. Yeah, that. Like Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, that. There you go. add a little bit of this. So they can come in from different locations. What's that now? Oh. Ooh, this is a good one. It's on the battle themes from FF Tactics. Ooh, I like FF Tactics. I've told y'all before, I think, about how my experience with FF Tactics is kind of strange because I'm more familiar with like the end of the game because I spent so much time just playing through like at the end of the game I had like a save file and I would just like play random fights because it was fun. And so you know, like when I hear this music, which is just a random battle song, it resonates more than like, you know, one other part of the great soundtrack from Final Fantasy Tactics. Let's see, so... The mine... Oh, yeah! Yeah! The Deep Darkness area? That's such a weird idea. So, for those maybe not familiar, in FF Tactics, there's a part that opens up at the very end of the game called Deep Darkness. Or is it Deep Darkness? Deep Dungeon? Deep something. Dark Dungeon? Something like that. And what it is a it's a dungeon with kind of like a gimmick. The idea is that there's this dungeon where it's what do you call it? It's like dark by default. And in FF Tactics, when a character is defeated in battle, like when a character dies in battle, they can either leave behind a treasure, like a treasure item. Yes, Kenj, you are here. Welcome, welcome. Or they can leave behind a crystal. And in general, the crystal is what you want because acquiring a crystal in that game will... does that look right? Yeah. Acquiring a crystal will give you the opportunity to gain an ability from the defeated character. And it will also restore your HP and MP and stuff. I'm glad you were trying to chat. I honestly thought y'all weren't very interested, so I'm glad that you're here. I was like, this is gonna be one of my first low communication streams in a while, but I'm glad to hear it was just technical difficulties. What was I saying? FF Tactics. Yes. Oh wait, no, this isn't right. Go back. Yeah. So, but in Deep Darkness, if my character's just called Little Guy, that's good to know. Yeah, in this one Deep Darkness dungeon, when a crystal is on the the field, it will light up the area by just a little bit. So like for every enemy that is defeated and then drops a crystal, you will have more of an opportunity to like see the terrain and stuff like that. So it's very helpful to not pick up the crystals. The problem being enemies can also pick them up and potentially restore all their health. So it's a very weird kind of like risk-reward situation. But it's cool. It's a neat thing. And another thing that's interesting is that there's an ability in FF Tactics called Move Find that allows a character to potentially like find an item in the environment. So like if they're walking around and they have this ability and they land on a tile where there is a chance of an item, they will pick it up and you'll get an item. Normally in the game, Move Find isn't that useful. You'll find things like potions or whatever. But in this one dungeon, the Move Find items are some of the best equipment in the game, like top tier equipment you can't actually get anywhere else. And in many cases, if you miss it the first time you're there, you don't get it. And so at the same time that you're trying to manage these honestly very difficult fights in this in-game dungeon that already has this weird gimmick of like it being dark, you're also trying to have your resident Move Finder wandering around to try and find the extremely valuable items that are lurking in the darkness. So it's a cool concept for a dungeon, to be sure. Do y'all remember when I played and you find Cloud from FF? No, Cloud, he is in the game, but no, you find Cloud elsewhere. What the heck? What happened just there? Can we like what's going on? How do you find Cloud? I think Cloud you find you have to find. So now I'm just talking about FF Tactics, which is fine with me. I'm cool with that. You might be thinking of Elidibs, who is the last Zodiac monster that you find there. But I don't think you find a character down there. It's been a long time though. There is a robot and there is Cloud. Both of them you get by finding Zodiac stones on what do you call them? On propositions. All right, so let's see if this worked. Like there's a mechanic in FF Tactics called propositions, where when you go into like a bar in the game, you can like take on these little quests, and you don't actually go on the quests. You send off a maximum of 3 of your party members for a certain number of in-game days to try to resolve it. And in my experience, I actually didn't know you could fail them, but you can. If you send the wrong party members, there's a chance that you will like fail the quest, and that can be a problem. But if you succeed at the quest, you usually get first of all you get like experience and job points, which is the bigger value. But then you also have a chance to get like that part always felt like early PC RPGs to you. I definitely get that. Yeah, you get a chance to get to either find a hidden land or find a hidden treasure, both of which are references to other Final Fantasy games, which was why I was like way into them as a kid. I was like, oh, that's such a cool idea. I want to find like the rare Final Fantasy stuff. But one of the things that you can find on these quests is, can you find zodiac stones? Well, now I'm thinking about it. No, I don't think you can, actually. You get zodiac stones, which are like a MacGuffin in the game, from beating bosses. I think what it is that you have to, like, there's a location called Goog Machine City that you visit relatively early in the game. You don't really ever have a reason to go back there. It's like it's a small town kind of in like the southern area of the game. And there's not really any reason to ever go back there unless you know to. But if you go back there later in the game when you have more of the zodiac stones, you find out that like a guy named Bezrodio, who's the father of one of your party members, and he also happens to be a machinist. He's like, I found these rare items, and it seems like the zodiac stones might activate them or whatever. And so if you bring him those, things will happen. One of which is that Cloud from FF7 could join your party, or you can activate a robot. That's how you get one of the party members. Then there's another one. I think there are a total of 4 secret characters. I think it's Cloud, worker number 8, who else? Beowulf and Reyes, I think, are the 4 characters you can get. That's in the original game. That's not War of the Lions. In War of the Lions, I think they added more hidden characters, including Balthier, which was awesome, because Balthier is just everyone's favorite. You know, ancient, medieval, anime Han Solo is everyone's favorite. What a character. But yeah, the funny thing about Cloud in FF Tactics in particular is that it's clearly Disc 1 Cloud. For those who are familiar with FF7, you know that Cloud's personality changes due to events as the game goes forward. And I guess because it was supposed to be like a tie-in to FF7, they didn't want to potentially give away any elements of the plot. And so it's clear that like they were definitely going for an early game model of Cloud. But it's just so funny because it's like, wow, this is early on in the game that this Cloud showed up. He's honestly not that great of a character in Tactics. He's not bad, but he's not really great. The most exciting thing about him is that he can equip a ribbon. You always liked the sniper guy. That was Mustadia. Mathematicians were I did not realize how effective mathematicians were in the game for many years. It was due to a Let's Play that a friend of mine did that I found out how powerful mathematicians are in that game. So once again, because this is just a stream where I animate a carrot and a bunch of little peas while talking about FF Tactics, it seems. FF Tactics is a turn-based tactical game, so it's like one of those games where you move your characters around, and when their turn comes up, they use a move or whatever. But one of the major features of FF Tactics is the timing system. The game has like a system where different abilities might take a little bit. And in particular, stronger spells take a long time to go off. So what might wind up happening is that you might target a unit with a spell, but that unit like gets out of the way before the spell goes off. And this became more and more of a problem later in the game as your spells got stronger and enemies became more clever. Well, there is a particular class called the Calculator class. It's something you unlock very late in the game. And the Calculator's main thing is that based on a variety of like, I guess, numerical pieces of data in a fight, they can perform abilities instantaneously. So, for example, let's say you used something like integer 2 and current wait time or something like that. That would mean that, and then you said like cure. That would mean that anyone, ally or enemy, who had a wait time at the moment you cast it that was equivalent, that was divisible by 2, would get the effect. So if it would usually take a little bit of time to use them, but if you use them cleverly, you could wind up casting like really powerful spells extremely quickly. And I think it also reduced cost, if I remember correctly. Or was it no cost? Cyber, did you have to pay money to use, or did you have to pay MP to use calculator skills? I can't remember if you did or not. But yeah, it basically nullified that necessity to wait for something to go off, which was huge, especially in later battles where I remember a friend of mine used to use, I think, like he would have his calculator be like his fastest character, and then he would and across a wide range of targets. Yeah. It was targeted too, usually, which was nice because like one of the other dangers was friendly fire when you would use skills. Yeah, let's add a little bit of weight at the end of this. This is something I found out also recently, which has been very helpful, is you can assign multiple cells to the end of an animation. So if there's like a part at the end you just want to repeat. All right, here we go. Womp, 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 womp. What now? Womp. That's pretty funny. I like that. Let's do a little stretching, squishing, and stuff to kind of make it look a little bit more fun. All right. And then I think we'll be able to say that this one's done. Yay. And I still don't have any ideas for triumphant, unfortunately. Okay. Anyway, the short of it was that the calculator class allowed you to do things that the game didn't really intend for you to do, and it could be very broken, which was awesome. But at the cost of just having to like figure out the numbers every time you want to use it. So also there were so many times where like you would have a spell that you wanted to hit like every enemy, but then it would also potentially hit like one of your friends. And so it was a big sort of like risk reward where you're like, hey, can this guy take it or not? I don't know. And you just had to decide. You can show the peas hopping up and down on the tattered carcass of the carrot triumphantly. I guess I could. That sounds intense, though. All right, let's see. All right, turn off this. No, turn off this. Alright, I need to add some little effects now. Effects. So when... Some individual frames here to just kind of add little bits and bops. Those two. You like the squashy frame? Well, you can thank Blackfoot for that. Because I was not much of a, what do you call it? Is the carrot vault? I hear many male carrots, some for male pattern baldness. It's perfectly normal. Looks like master controller. Master controller. Do you mean the MCP? Guy from Tron, okay, yeah. The MCP. You know, my favorite thing about the MCP was that, like, anytime he would speak, he would say, end of line. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, oh, end of line. End of line. What a crazy idea that was, though. Like, I never really realized the plot of Tron when I was a kid, because all I really cared about was the inside the computer part. But, like, the actual storyline is just insane. Conversely, one could say it looks like the great Jewish prophet from South Park. Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know the great Jewish prophet from South Park. Let's see. Add these later. They had an episode where Kyle and his Jewish friends went to do Jubilee and the other kids got jealous. At the event, all the Jewish people... Oh, really? Maybe I have seen that. That sounds familiar when you say it like that. South Park was definitely one of those shows that, like, I watched it when I could, but I didn't really have Comedy Central as a kid. And so, I didn't really see it very much. And I never really went back to watch it. Went back and watched the first 5 seasons. After that, it started to be a lot. Yeah, I can get that. I remember when the movie came out, and it was such a big deal because Kenny spoke, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, he said something! Wow, he does have a voice." I think that was also where, was that where Gay Satan came from, or was Gay Satan a thing before that? I don't really remember. He had been a thing before? Okay. Oh, oops. Hello, Daryl. Welcome. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming out. I'm working on some animation tonight. Yeah. I think that was when the mainstream became largely aware of Gay Satan. Oh, okay. Well, guess I'm part of that mainstream. I did not know Gay Satan existed before that. Oh, here we go. Womp. Yeah. All right, I gotta put in the womp because I keep saying it. So clearly it's something I'm thinking every time I see this. Thank you very much. That actually means a lot to me because I've been trying to work on it. Bleck is the master of like smear frames. Their smear frames are so good. So good. You don't even know. They're so good. But I've been trying to learn a little bit from it and see if I can't get better at smears because I think that it would be useful for me to know. Alright, let's see. Womp. And it's still kind of fast, unfortunately. Yes, you should watch Bleck's streams. I think they should be doing one tomorrow at around 3 p.m. my time, so 3 p.m. Eastern, which would be noon Pacific. I think they should be doing more of this because what I'm doing right now is their animation thing. Yeah, I'm an Eastern boy. It's like a month-long animation challenge thing, so it's been fun. What happened to the... Yes! Okay, so... Editing computer is on the fritz. And... Oh, oops, I gotta get rid of that. That's not supposed to stay there. Basically what wound up happening was... So what is happening is that when I try and start up the computer, this computer that I use for editing has like it has LED lights and stuff inside of it, which I kind of regret now because they're a little bit obnoxious. But at the time, I thought they were really cool. The way it has worked in the past is that it will start off with the LEDs just white. And then once the OS starts up, it will change the LEDs to the color that you set up. Yeah, RGB gives you so much trouble. I don't know. The one for me that frustrates me is that the motherboard has an RGB on it that as long as it's receiving power will stay on. So unless you completely turn off the power unit, it stays on and it would just keep me up. So I had to get used to the idea of like shutting off everything and the power as well. Really drove me up the wall. Anyway, yeah, so normally it would switch to the color theme once it got into the OS. It's not even doing that though. It just starts up and the fan is running like 90 to nothing. There's no display on the screen. There's no input. I tried booting it up in safe mode or something like that. Nothing. And what I think is the issue is that one of the RAM sticks went bad. take it with a grain of salt. I looked it up on Google, and unfortunately, this was the AI overview, so it could very easily be incorrect. But I can't even get into BIOS. I can't get into anything. To have a bootable USB stick? No, I don't. And one of the things that that Google said was that it might just be that one of the RAM sticks went bad. If you had bad RAM, your PC would just beep at startup over and over again. It's not doing that. The plan was to bring the tower into. Yeah, it's expensive. At least it's not, anything more than just a RAM stick. But yeah, it is an unfortunate. At least I'm hoping it's not anything worse. Given Mo has a speaker hooked in. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, yeah, I was confused. Anyway, yeah, my plan right now is to bring it into Micro Center tomorrow and just tell them what's been going on and get them to fix it, because I built both of the past 2 computers I have, but that does not make me by any means good at computers. When things start to fall apart on a computer, I panic and I get upset. And I am not convinced that post, that's the word, post. That's what Google said, was that it was not posting. Based on the things that I was telling it. So that's what I'm hoping it's just a matter of replacing the RAM sticks. If it's not, it's gonna suck. Got 2 RAM sticks. The motherboard has 4 slots, but I've only got 2 in there right now. Anyway, as a result of that, though, there are no videos this week, which sucks. Move on, turn it on. If it doesn't boot, swap. I tried that already. No happiness. It's definitely not her. Well, then that sucks even more. And that means that it's completely outside my understanding of how I might be able to fix it. So. That's good news. Yeah, I guess that's true. Is RAM going for more than GPUs right now? I know GPUs were the big thing when crypto started to be like a major factor. RAM is insane. Well, crap. Guess we'll find out tomorrow. Hopefully. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I also am currently having my 3D printer repaired. So lots of fun electronics failures right now. Yippee doodle. The RAM you paid $80 for 2 years ago is currently nearing $700? Holy moly. Oh my gosh, I need to get that computer up and running again, though. Well, we'll see. I mean, if that's what I have to pay, that's what I have to pay, but I won't be happy about it. Alright, let's see how that looks. Womp. Bam bam bom. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Alright, cool. RAM is not the problem based on what you've done to test it. Oh, that's good. So, yes, we will hope for that. That will be the best. Amazing. Alright, well, shoot, man. I don't think I have enough. Yeah, I just started Tombs and Treasure, and I was just supposed to start another series this week. It had been recorded, but it hadn't been made into a video. So like we have the recordings for the new series as well, and the thumbnails finished too. It's like everything was ready to go. I just needed to make the video. And when I sat down to do it on I think it was Sunday, just nothing. Didn't want to work. I was so frustrated. All right, save that. Animate a GIF. Yes. Okay. All right, let's check it out. Let's check out my dumb little animation. I remember just after COVID trying to get a GPU, and most places at the time were limiting GPU sales to in-store only and one per customer. Scalping was so rampant. Ugh. Yeah. Crazy stuff. And now it's AI. One more way in which it's trying to destroy our world. If you can get another computer right now, I will send you a tool. Automatically turn anything to... Excellent. Yes, I mean, right now we're operating off of a Windows computer. So yeah, if you got something to send me that will help me to boot it, that'd be great. Because I've got plenty of thumb drives. What was I doing? Animation. Where am I? Animation. This one. Animation. Okay, here we go. Oh, I love it. Look at that. That's so fun. Look at him go. Bum, bum, bum. Bim, bam, boom. Dan always grabbing that tool. ABC. I miss Possum streams. Like, I miss that first set of streams when Critty was playing. Sometimes Dan Dang does it in a positive manner. When Critty was first playing Resident Evil 1 and they didn't know anything about what they were doing. And so it was just like, it was so panicky and crazy and fun. Oh, it was so much fun. Like, they're too good at it now. Critty's too good at scary games now. It's not as much fun. More fun when she was bad at things. Now she's too good. Oh. All right, so the last thing we have to do is submit it. This is... which one? This is Towering. Towering. There we go. This is Kenja's Towering. Look how good it is. I will now submit mine. Nana mama bat little guy. Oh yeah, it's triple triad. Yeah. Are you a person who enjoys triple triad, Daryl? I was never good at it, but I had some friends who were just insanely into it. They loved triple triad. Way into triple triad. How much more time do I have? I only have 30 minutes left. And I don't have any good ideas for You're a massive FF8 fan. Oh, well, if you like FF8 and you want to watch me play it, I did a stream series on it a while back. So you could always go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/MoeChicken. And check out the stream VODs of that. That was several years ago, so it's going to be an older one, but I did play all the way through it. And you can see my some of my amazingly terrible triple triad play. So if that's entertaining, by all means, go check it out. I don't have any ideas for Triumphant yet. I can show you all the stream outro I've been working on. It's kind of coming along. So I tried something different with this one. FF8's so good. That boy's so emo. That boy's so emo. I remember when I was a younger kid, I used to make fun of, like, emo kids. Because I thought it was silly and I was a happy kid. And then, like, as I got older, I realized it's like, oh no, I've become the emo now. When did I become the emo? Oh, well, what you gotta do? So I was trying something different with this one. I wanted to use a series of objects to represent different movable things in the scene. So I kind of like made parts of myself and then sort of made them into an armature so it walks. So like bup, bup, bup. Because I wanted to be able to have like springy, bouncy motion that still kind of like fit. I'm out and your phone's gonna die, but you want to hop in and say hi. Well, great to see you, Bleck. Check it out later. I did an animation. Well, if you're here even briefly, I'll show you. I made this. Look, I made this. Yay, peas. So there's that. Current RAM sticks went from 100 in 2021 to 250. Oy vey. Oy vey. Yeah, so I was trying to do this to maybe see if I couldn't make the motion a little bit better. I'm not sure it worked as well as I would like for it to have. Let's see, what is it current says? Like, it's not bad. But this is going to be the updated outro for the streams because we talked about it before. I want a longer outro, and I was never super happy with the old one I had, so just kind of want to fix it up a little bit. Do I want to work on this? I don't know if I do. I don't want to start anything new is the problem. Y'all want me to just, like, doodle stuff? Anybody got an idea of something they want to see me doodle? I can just take drawings by request for the last 30 minutes. If nobody wants to be involved with that, though, we could just call the stream early. And I could be back on Thursday and try to actually play a video game. I just can't think of anything that I want to draw necessarily. Anything? Anybody got any ideas? Again, if not, we could just call it early tonight and I'll try to have a longer stream on Thursday. Do a doodle of Ian? I can do that. Let me get a fresh screen here. So that. So that. I was confused after laying an egg by accident. That would be problematic. Alright, let's see. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? There it is. You've certainly seen how I draw Ian, because I've drawn him numerous times now. sent you 2 links. One, if your machine runs, I didn't assume I'm a Linux cowboy. I am absolutely not a Linux cowboy. I find Linux baffling. I know that there are some people who are like way into it, but for me, it's like I don't even freaking know, man. Yeah, the pin streaks out sometimes. I still don't really know why that happens, but every once in a while it'll just kind of like make marks off in the distance. I'm pretty lotto! There we go. There's Ian. Looking at his coffee, trying to figure out what's going on. It's another good gag from Deadly Premonition we could do. Hern. Hey, MJ. Let's see, let's do this. I always draw him in a hoodie. That purple hoodie, I still associate him with that. I still actually strongly associate Ian with the color purple, even though I know purple really hasn't been his thing in a while. Way more into black and gray. Should have done this on a second layer. I don't know why I decided to put it all on the same layer. Very challenging to draw MJ, considering she is a black cat with any sort of emotion. I also associate Ian with the Oscar-nominated film The Color Purple. She's not black, no. Shadow is black. She is, like, becoming extremely white at this point. She's stripy. I don't like this one so much. That was a super beefy arm for a moment. If it's going to be a beefy arm, it would have to be coming out of the back of someone's neck. Yeah. You know how it is. Consummate V's. The Wingling Dragon. That's the only way you can have that. Check out His Majesty. That's the best way I could think of to make a gag out of me laying an egg. As if it was a joke by Maria. I actually had a friend who the first time she saw Moe, she actually thought he was a hen. Because she said he's kind of portly. He's kind of dumpy looking. And her name was Moani, and her nickname was Moe. And so it did, like, she didn't associate Moe with being a gender specific name, and so she just thought that the character was female. But no, he's a rooster. All right, more ideas, more. I wonder if I can draw all of the mana spirits from memory. The song that's playing right now is from Dawn of Mana, which is not a very good game, frankly. But it did have a very nice soundtrack. I want to play more Legend of Mana, but again, I can't do that until I record it, which is annoying, because I just want to play it. but I gotta record it if I'm gonna play it. Yep, did it again. What's her hair look like? Sometimes these ones that are half as good are quite charming. Assuming a laptop can't capture it, it's not so much the capture; it's the making captures into videos. I actually have a fair number of captures already, but until they're edited, I can't do anything with them. I can't just throw up a video with no audio or editing. And also, all of the raw video is stored on the other computer. Yes, you did well, Daryl. Thank you. Boop, boop. I love the Mana series. It's so much fun. Doggone it, stop doing that. I think it's that is something to do with my Wacom tablet, but I don't know what. Ooh, that doesn't look flattering. This is supposed to be his pants, but it definitely does not look flattering. I'd leave it though. Yeah, it could be a number of things, none of which are what it's supposed to be. He also looks quite surprised by it. He's like, oh, I had no idea. Let's see, what does she look like? Luna is the hardest one for me to remember because Luna wasn't a she wasn't a spirit in Legend of Mana. Legend of Mana had Aura and not Luna, and so I still think of Aura first. Dryad. Poor sad Dryad. She's potentially the most powerful of the group. She's the closest to the Mana tree, but she's also scared. Terrible picture of her. Why didn't anyone tell me my ass was so big? Oh, Spaceballs. I got a collection of what do you call them? What's his name? Mel Brooks movies once from my parents, and there's some good ones that I had never even heard of, like High Anxiety. That's a really fun one. Or Silent Movie. Didn't even know they existed, but they're great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's all 8 of them. I thought I was missing one. Okay. He's made a lot of good films. Yeah. Is a solid actor and director. All right, there's another one. High Anxiety is great. Have you seen Ruthless People? No, I haven't. Some are very much of the time. Yeah, well, that's the case for any sort of media, pretty much. Can't really avoid that. The S is for sucks. I loved Homestar so much when I was a kid. I watched so much of it. Like, you just don't think about how different things were before, like, YouTube really made videos, like, super duper easy to find. Back then you had, like, these conglomerates or these, like, narrow websites that might host videos. Oh wait, hang on, what's this? Young figures that favorite of mine, something you may not realize is the reason the horses keep winning when Frau Blucher says her name, it's because Blucher is Yiddish for glue factory. Oh, I gathered that it was a reference to a glue factory, but I didn't know it was Yiddish. He plays a 1%er who foolishly takes a bet from his peers he couldn't survive life on the street for a week without money and fame. Just pretend to be homeless and can't reveal his identity, but in order to win the bet and take his riches, his peers set out to sabotage him. That sounds like, it was like an Eddie Murphy movie or something? Trading Places or something? Wasn't there a movie like that? I mean, it's kind of like a Prince and the Pauper situation, but I feel like there was another movie that was like that. It's also Brewster's Millions. Not Trading Millions. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I can't really think of anything else to draw. Brewster's Millions was just give away a bunch of money to worthy causes. What's the one where's Nigeria? That's Coming to America. Is it Coming to America? I think that's what it's called. That's not the one I'm thinking about. I actually don't know that I've ever seen all of that movie. It's a funny movie, but I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing. All right, y'all. It's a little bit early. I'm gonna call it tonight, though. Again, on Thursday, I'll try to actually play a video game. But this was good for me. I'm glad that we got that. I'm glad we got the animation finished. I won't have done the whole month, but at the very least, if I do one more, I will have done every week, so that's something. Thank you very much, Hacks. I hope it gets fixed soon. I will check out that thing that Dan gave me after the stream and see if it remember, kiddos, don't die. It's not healthy. You won't live a long and healthy life if you die first. Yeah, we'll try to be back on Thursday, and hopefully I'll be able to get my computer worked out, and we'll be able to get back to making videos so that, you know, I can put up something else this week. But all right, that's it. I am the MoeChicken. This has been me drawing and stuff, and thanks for stopping by.